Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So, I received a package the other day. Some of you may already recognize it as a box from Apple, specifically a laptop box. But which laptop? Before I open it up, a little background. I am upgrading from a 15-inch MacBook Pro, circa 2013. Yes, that's right, I am currently using a nearly 10-year-old laptop. Now, I'm a software developer that mostly works on the front end, so nothing too intense, and it handles that just fine, albeit a little slow. But now that I'm getting into video and audio production, things are getting a little hairy. So it was time for an upgrade. The darling of the MacBook line is the new M2 MacBook Air. It really is a gorgeous machine. Slim and compact, it comes in 4 stellar finishes: the standard space gray, an OG silver, a stunning starlight finish, and the beautiful but controversial midnight. The base model will cost you $11.99 from Apple. You can find it cheaper from an authorized reseller if you look. It comes with the new M2 chip, an 8-core CPU, an 8-core GPU, 8GB of unified memory, and a 256GB SSD. The only other Mac with the new M2 chip is the 13-inch MacBook Pro. For $100 more than the Air, you get the active cooling fans in the Pro, better speakers, a longer battery life, and the Mac Touch Bar. On the downside, you get less colors to choose from and a slightly smaller display. Coming in at $19.99, the base model 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip is a very capable workhorse and is very popular. Again, you can find better pricing from a reseller if you look. Although more pricey, the base model comes with an 8-core CPU, a 14-core GPU, 16GB of unified memory, and a 512GB SSD standard. It also has a better Liquid Retina XDR display and more ports. Once you move into the 16-inch MacBook Pros, you start looking at truly powerful machines, and you will pay a premium for them. I, unfortunately, was on a budget, so these were off the table right off the bat. So which MacBook did I end up getting? The 14-inch MacBook Pro was actually not my first choice. I was enamored by the new M2 Air. I loved the form factor, all the different colors, and the prospect of using Apple's latest silicon chip. I had it in my cart and everything ready to be checked out. But the base model specs weren't enough for me, so after some upgrades, I was almost to the cost of the base 14-inch Pro. And I had to decide whether or not form factor and colors were more important than performance and display. And they're not. Apple has always excelled at packaging their products. I want to say that they actually started the whole unboxing trend. I recall the first unboxing video I ever saw was the first gen iPhone. After opening the box, you're greeted with the laptop itself. I'll put that aside for now. Below that are the included accessories. There's a little pouch containing a quick start guide and all the legal stuff, and of course the all-important Apple stickers. Apple did bring back the MagSafe charger for this new line of silicon-powered MacBooks. You can still charge it using the Thunderbolt ports though. You actually have a choice when it comes to the power adapter. A 67-watt USB-C adapter comes included with the 8-core CPU M1, but you can also upgrade to a 96-watt USB-C adapter which allows for fast charging. You can immediately feel the heftiness of this machine over the air. It actually feels heavier and maybe a bit thicker than my old 15-inch MacBook Pro. A nice touch is the engraved MacBook Pro on the bottom of the machine. On the left side are the MagSafe port, 2 Thunderbolt 4 USB-C ports, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the right side is an HDMI port, another Thunderbolt 4 USB-C port, and an SDXC slot. On the bottoms here, you can see the vents for the active cooling system in the Pro version. It has a softer feel than my old MacBook Pro. The edges have been rounded more, but at the same time feels boxier, if that makes sense. Doing a side-by-side with my 15-inch Pro, it actually is a little thicker. I'm actually surprised by this. And here you can see the size difference between the 14-inch and my older 15-inch. I really do love the look of this liquid retina display with XDR. It's beautiful. The brightness and contrast are exceptional, and the ProMotion technology allows for an adaptive refresh rate of up to 120 Hz. You can see too that Apple really thinned out the display bezel. Here you can see the difference between my old MacBook Pro. Because of the thinner bezels, there was no margin or area for the built-in camera, so now there's a notch in the top center of the display where the camera is. I personally don't mind it, but some people I've read are bothered by it. Another side effect of the notch is the thicker than normal menu bar. I noticed this right away. The keyboard on the Pro versions now have a black background to accompany the black keys. I'm not sure why Apple did this. On the new Air models, the background matches the rest of the body. It also has a Touch ID key in the top right, where the old power or eject buttons used to be. The keys themselves feel a bit more tactile than my previous MacBook Pro, and I'm not sure if it's just my 15-inch showing its age. I like it, it feels very responsive. The trackpad takes up a lot more real estate than my old laptop, and also has a more responsive tactile feel. The Pro version also has a more advanced 6-speaker system, where the speakers are located to the sides of the keyboard as opposed to behind and below the display in the Air model. Overall, I'm very pleased with my decision to go for the 14-inch MacBook M1 Pro over the M2 Air. I can't wait to get this thing set up and put it to work. Join me in future videos as I set up and review the 14-inch MacBook M1 Pro. Thank you for joining me, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more of Rome's Things.